Good morning from day 2 of our weekend section hike. It is just after 8 o'clock. We left camp at 8 and we have 15.7 miles today. At around mile 6, we go through Pine Grove Furnace State Park. So that's exciting. Or at least I slept okay last night. At the beginning of the night, when we first went to sleep, there was just so many noises outside, like footsteps, branches breaking above us. So clearly there was some animal wandering around, and it continued pretty much all night. And at first I was like, what was that? Like not waking up not going to sleep and just waking up to every noise. But finally I gave in and just slept. And then I slept pretty good. So that was the night. We filtered some water this morning, ate breakfast, and are on the move. So I'll check in with you if we have anything cool. I know we have a lot of just ups and downs today, and nothing really remarkable that I can remember. So I'll see what the day brings. Say hello to Jordan.
Morning.
Alrighty, see you later. Okay, we are 2 miles out from Pine Grove Furnace State Park. There hasn't been anything interesting to show, so that's why no scenery shots yet today. Hopefully there'll be something. I did just walk by the Blue Blaze to Pole steeple, which I know there are comments from far out. Some are saying that it was worth it, some are saying otherwise. I'm just not feeling all that hot today, so I opted not to go up. I just feel nauseous and a little lightheaded at times. I'm not really sure why, because I did actually eat a lot yesterday. I might be dehydrated potentially, but yeah, it is what it is. So a couple miles to Pine Grove Furnace, and then after that I'm gonna take stock of how I feel. I'm still feeling really crappy. Jordan might leave me at Pine Grove Furnace with his pack and trail run the 9 miles ahead to our car, and then come back and pick me up. 9 miles, I don't know, I'm guessing would probably take him 2 hours potentially to run. So we'll see how I feel. The terrain after Pine Grove Furnace isn't too bad. There's just a lot of puds that are annoying, and there are a few road crossings that we'll have. So worst case, I try to push forward and just feel like I can't, then I can just stop at one of those road crossings and Jordan can come get me there. So yeah, that's how it's going. It's hot, but in reality I think it's only in the upper 50s, but it's just humid and the air is stagnant, so it just feels warm. There's a lot of annoying little bugs that apparently aren't deterred by picaridin or DEET, because I've put both on and they still are landing on me. So that's annoying. The rain hasn't shown up yet. It is cloudy, but still sunny at the same time, so we'll see if and when the rain shows up. At this point, honestly, I wouldn't mind it, but yeah, I'll check in with you guys when I get to Pine Grove Furnace. See ya. so we are here at the A2 Museum. We're gonna hop in here, check it out before we go to the general store.
I was like, why do you have 3 gallons? Okay.
Hey guys, wanted to pop on and do this intro. I'm editing this video right now and realized I didn't film anything after our arrival to Pine Grove Furnace State Park. So let's go over what happened after we got there. So we first got there and went into the museum, which looks like a really great place. However, about 5 minutes after I stepped foot into the museum, I started having a really emotional reaction and had to leave. And I think that I'm just not ready yet to be that exposed to so much AT through hiker stuff. I was reading the through hiker exhibits and was just feeling really overwhelmed with my disappointment in myself and the fact that I didn't get to complete the AT as a through hike as I had intended. And I know so many people have commented saying I need to be proud of what I did do and that section hiking it is still great. And while I know that section hiking will probably be more fun for me in the long run, it's still really difficult to not be disappointed and feel all of those things that I'm feeling. So just bear with me while I process all of these emotions and go through the grieving process and understand that I think this is all a normal and expected reaction to something that was so large or such a large part of my life for the last 2 years to have been kind of, I don't want to say taken away from me because it was my choice, but it didn't pan out like I was planning on. So it is a grieving process, so bear with me. But yeah, so I had to leave the museum. Jordan and I will go back at some point in the future. It's only 2 hours from our house, so it will be easy to day trip it out there when I do feel ready to go again. After that, we went to the general store. We kind of had been talking on the hike into the Pine Grove Furnace State Park and evaluating how I was feeling at that time. And ultimately, both of us had decided that it was probably in my best interest to not push forward past Pine Grove Furnace State Park. So I made it 7.2 miles on day 2 of this section hike and decided to call it there. I was just having a lot of difficulty walking in a efficient manner. We were walking on literally flat ground and I was barely able to move. So Jordan and I decided that he would leave his backpack with me at the general store and he would run ahead the 8.5 miles to get our car and drive back and pick me up. So yeah, I'm beginning to think that the physical pains that I've been dealing with are more than just minor expected through hiker aches and pains and might be something a little bit more significant and legitimate that kind of further validates the fact that I decided to end my through hike. You know, these physical pains were definitely considerations I had when I decided to end my through hike attempt and section hike instead. And I had given myself a little bit of time to try to recover and just never really did. So I thought maybe if I just went out and started section hiking, these pains would just kind of go away on their own. And they really haven't gotten any better whatsoever, despite, you know, having like even a full week off from hiking. So like knowing how I'm walking around, like around my house, after sitting for a little while in the morning when I wake up, going up and down our stairs, walking around after waking up in the morning at camp, or after like even a 2 or 3 minute rest stop while hiking and starting to walk again. knowing how I look and feel and comparing myself to like through hikers that have done 1,000 miles already at the general store, seeing them walk around, I feel like I'm not doing so hot physically. So thinking it's a little bit more legitimate than I thought. And yeah, so that was another reason why I decided not to push on, is just knowing how I was feeling. And we've got Disney this weekend. You can tell I'm getting excited for it. And I didn't want to be just trashed physically going into Disney this weekend because we've only got 2 days there. And when I'm at Disney, I'm go, 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 like speed walking through the parks, trying to cram as much in as I can. And yeah, I didn't want to be trashed and not be able to do Disney how I wanted to do Disney. So long story short, that's what happened. So my total 18 miles for the weekend was 27.2, and Jordan did the full 35.7. So yay him, and I appreciate him so very much that he was able and willing to run ahead to get the car rather than having to figure out like shuttles last minute and all that stuff. So very grateful to him. And I'm not like super bummed or anything that I had to call my day short yesterday. It just means I have to add that 8.5 miles onto a day that I was planning on either doing shorter miles or just kind of rearrange my plan for my next few days out. And speaking of my next few days out, I'm not really sure when that's going to be yet. It depends on how I feel after Disney, I think, whether I want to hike that next week again already, or if I need to let my body fully recover, or at least attempt to fully recover a little bit more, and maybe not hike until Memorial Day weekend. So not really sure when the next hiking video will be, but I do plan on doing a Q&A video in the coming week or two. So if you have any questions for me that you'd like me to answer, whether it's about my through hike attempt, about gear, about my future plans or day hikes, or whatever it might be, feel free to drop those in the comments of this video. I also have a post on my community tab asking for questions, so you can throw it there as well. Or if you'd rather be a little bit more private, reach out to me on Instagram, send me a DM with your question, and I will make sure to include it in the video. You can find me on Instagram at Alicia in the Mountains, and yeah, I'll be checking my inboxes over there pretty frequently, so go ahead and do that. So yeah, that's what happened after that last clip that you saw at the general store. But I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Bye.